Brilliance Audio presents What's Left Unsaid by Emily Bleeker, performed by Shannon Mcmanus. For the real Evelyn, thank you for letting me tell your story. Chapter 1. Hannah hit send and closed out of her email inbox, checking her dingy mug for one last stale mouthful of coffee. The empty cup clanked when she plopped it back on her desk. She sighed and then cringed, her breath sour even to herself. Another article about nearly nothing for a weekly paper in small-town Mississippi. Just what she'd always dreamed about as a journalism student at Northwestern University. She chuckled somberly at her private joke. But if she let herself think about her life too long, it did sound like a joke, even if it was a gloomy one. 1 year ago, she was writing for the Chicago Tribune's community section, delving into things she was passionate about, like the outbreak of heroin usage at affluent suburban high schools, and the negotiation tactics used in the hotly debated CPS teacher strike. It wasn't just the story, but also chasing the story that had been addictive, fulfilling. Hannah sighed again. And now she was sweating through her t-shirt at the beginning of November, working in a small newsroom in Senatobia, Mississippi, where the two most exciting parts of her day were when Dolores would put on a new pot of coffee in the afternoon and when Hannah got to go home. But Dolores left for a doctor's appointment after lunch, and there was still an hour until Monty would even think about locking up, which meant killing time as the sun was finally setting. The pinks and oranges of the sunset made the dusty, ancient newsroom look nothing like her formerly brilliant real world of assignments and deadlines, of her boyfriend and parties and potential futures and life. She now lived in all the moments in between, in a suffocating monotony that briefly lifted when she could stalk social media for a peek of the fall colors in Millennium Park, or the snow flurries crowding the headlights during rush hour on Michigan Avenue. She missed home. And she missed him. Alex. Hannah clicked on his Facebook profile for the 10th time that day. Thank God no one had cracked the code that would unveil all the amateur stalkers the internet had fostered over the years, because she'd certainly be on a watch list by now. But Hannah had woken up next to that face for 6 years, 9 months, and 14 days. She'd kissed his shoulder when he was still asleep after a late shift and whispered, "I love you," before she left for work.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?